What's up, guys? It's SuperKamiGuru9000, and this is my review of Bleach chapter 450. And you know what? I expected when the chapter was 450, which honestly is sort of a monumental chapter when you think about it. This series has been going on for 450 chapters. I was expecting the author to do something a little different. Unfortunately, this week we just got more of the same with maybe a little bit of comedy sprinkled in as well. Long story short, there really isn't that much to talk about in this week's chapter. It was real simple. Ichigo's just continuing his training with Ginjo, which is continuing to just basically just be the same old swinging swords around, blah, 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 blah. One of the most interesting developments this week, though, was the whole thing with Inoue, and she's down there, and then Ruruka comes down there, too, and they have this kind of contrived conversation, which basically is just about how, Ruruka is basically jealous of Inoue for the stupidest reasons. Inoue is just explaining, you know, how she's been living on her own, how her parents weren't there, how her brother died, and how she's just become a stronger person because of that. Basically stuff that we already knew, and for some odd reason, you know, this pissed Ruruka right the hell off. And she's just another one of those typical tsundere characters who's just, you know, super abrasive to everybody, and it takes forever to warm up to them. This is a Japanese stereotype that you see in anime all the time in manga, and it kind of annoys me after a while. You know, these characters, you know they're eventually going to come around in some form or fashion, and you can see that with Ruruka here, and the fact that she's sharing donuts with Inoue. That's actually a pretty big part of this chapter, sharing donuts with Inoue. And it is kind of funny because, you know, Inoue is just so childish in the way she acts, and honestly, that was probably the best part of the chapter. Otherwise, Ichigo is still continuing his sword swinging with Ginjo, and then again the subject of trust comes back up again. Ichigo he can't put his finger on it, but he even states in this chapter that he doesn't fully trust Ginjo yet. Ginjo can sense that Ichigo isn't quite trusting him yet, and he knows that something's not quite up, and that's when he ups the ante a little bit. And he does something really weird at the end of the chapter. He like shoots something into Ichigo's eyes, and I'm not sure, it looks like his eyes are starting to bleed, or it looks like, you know, his vision has been really impaired, but that's kind of how the chapter ends. And, you know, it was okay. I mean, from the monumentalness that was supposed to be Bleach 450, you know, this is the 450th chapter. That's a long-running series. I was just expecting the author was going to do something a little cooler. Maybe even put a color page in somewhere. We haven't seen one of those in a while. But no, we got basically just another training chapter that was okay. In my opinion, though, it was much more entertaining than last week's chapter, and that's why I'm going to go ahead and just give it a 7 out of 10, just because I liked all the little stuff with Inoue in the chapter. It was far more entertaining than the things that Ichigo had to say. But other than that, the subject of the Fullbring guys keeps coming up. Are they good? Are they bad? And, well, it's still hard to tell. That's maybe the best part about this saga right now, is that the author hasn't really made it clear. Are these guys going to be good? Are they going to be bad? And that's really the only reason I'm reading at this point. I want to know what they're doing. I mean, we know Ichigo's going to get his powers back. I mean, the manga wouldn't be able to continue without it. It's these Fullbring guys that are really the forefront of the story now, and I'm interested to see what's going to happen. Alright, but that's it for this week, guys. Kind of short, but I'll see you guys next time. SuperKamiGuru9000, out.